Facebook. Hello, friends. Hello, everybody that is joining us. Thank you so much for being here. This is a very exciting day for me. One of my favorite astrologers of all time, and Kaypacha, you're one of my teachers also, and you've got your sun right on my ascendant at 0 Leo. Yeah. So Kaypacha is a phenomenal astrologer. For those who don't know him, that are in my network, and I'm sure a lot of you out there that on the New Paradigm Astrology, you know Kaypacha. And beyond just being a phenomenal astrologer, Kaypacha is a phenomenal human that I am so honored and so delighted to have this conversation with today. And thank you so very much. Kaypacha has like a bazillion things on his plate. And the fact that he carved the time and the energy to have this conversation with me today is I'm beyond grateful. Let's just say that.
God, you're making me turn red.
Oh, great. Receive it. And what inspired this conversation today, which is such a perfect timing because Kaypacha just returned home from a Kundalini yoga training, which I would love for Kaypacha to share more about that. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher myself. I recognize Kundalini yoga as one of the most incredible and important technologies that we've been given as humans. And that's how I titled this conversation, actually. This video is Super Technology and Human Consciousness. And I love how Kaypacha, how you explain Kundalini yoga and why is it so important and essential for us humans during these times that we are experiencing on the planet at this time. So we're going to weave together Kundalini yoga and astrology and the cosmic weather. And of course, Kaypacha is just so knowledgeable. He knows so much about all of this. And in this conversation, the intention really is to inspire those that are receiving this transmission and are watching and are listening live and later to be inspired in your own life, if you're not a practitioner of Kundalini yoga, to give it a shot and actually jump onto the Kundalini yoga train. If you are a seasoned practitioner, maybe it's time to embark on a new Kriya or try something new. And for anyone to be inspired to up level and upgrade your life and take care of yourself, because it's so necessary with what we are going to experience this coming decade. So I'll open the stage and allow Kaypacha to share with us, and we'll just, we'll bounce and go with the flow here.
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks. Muchas gracias and all that good stuff. No, it's nice to see you. Wonderful to connect and share some things. And yeah, gosh. I had quite a week. It was interesting because I did my first training to become a yoga teacher in 2010, 10 years ago. And I was never on, into gurus and following and this, that, and the other thing. And so I never really connected very much with 3HO or, KRI or, I didn't even know any gurus. So, but I'll say that, this year of 2020 is so profound and it's so big that I really wanted to deepen my practice and really confirm and strengthen my connection to what they call the golden chain. It's a chain of gurus going back to Ram Dass, hundreds of years. And just really, well, the title of this one, so I went into level 2 now, and it has 5 different modules that you take in no less than 2 years period of time. And this one module is mind and meditation. And I was really drawn to this particular module, mostly because like the only guru I know is Gurmukh. I met her over at the birth of the age of Aquarius in India, Rishikesh, on 11/11/11. Yogi Bhajan said that the age of Aquarius was going to be born on 11/11/11. So 900 Kundalini yogis and yoginis gathered together on the Ganges River over there in Rishikesh. And we were all doing some, amazing work. And here was this Gurmukh who, she's got to be 75 or 80 or something now. She's this tiny little wild thing that is just like so amazing. Studied with Yogi Bhajan way back when, from the very beginning. And I remember her from 2011 because she got me to do things, like hold my arms over my head and make circles, longer. She had a way of motivating you, of helping you to like overcome your resistance, overcome your mental monkey mind. I can't, or this is dumb, or, all the excuses that we come up with. She's just a phenomenal motivational, person. So I wanted to get to know her better. And so she was offering this training. And the other purpose was because I wanted to control my mind. My mind has been running out of control, like a team of wild horses. Part of it is because I've been feeling responsible. Like, I have a bunch of followers now, and like, so I should keep up with the latest news so that I know what's going on in the world, and I can offer, assistance and help and healing, for the real issues that people are dealing with. So I've started reading the news. I mean, I went for many, many years, being completely out of touch with, the day-to-day mundane political, economic, what I considered BS that was going on in the world. And I moved to Costa Rica to get away from the whole capitalistic money mongering stuff going on in the United States. And, I kind of wanted to get away from it all. So now I'm coming back to it to be a more responsible teacher. And it's been like, oh my God. It's like, this is what people are dealing with. This is what people are, it's been pretty, depressing. It's been, it's been like, wow, what a drag. And my mind has been going on with these stories, of what, all the dire 5G and, the economy and Trump and all this kind of stuff going on with, the poor Mexicans at the border and the walls. And I'll just, things that are, to me, very disturbing. So I went to this training, and it's like, renewing my morning practice. They call it sadhana, and focusing and disciplining my thought processes and my mind, and focusing on the tip of my nose, which actually stretches the optical nerves, right? Which then engage the pituitary and the pineal glands and the whole glandular system. And I mean, this is what Kundalini yoga is really so much all about. And it's so funny because I just finished my paleo report for today. I do it once a week. It's a astrology report on YouTube. And I talked about how this time period with Mars conjuncting the south node of the moon in Capricorn, and all of this energy in Capricorn, the moon's in Capricorn today, is about reflection and karma, taking inventory, taking stock, looking back at the past. And whether it's past lives or childhood, the fact of the matter is that we're wired. Our nervous system is wired a certain way, particularly in the womb and the first 3 years of life. And that wiring is limited or definitely impacted by our mother, particularly, but our whole surroundings, dad, brothers and sisters, how much love, nurturing, touch, sense of belonging, attention that we received. It's like our nervous system, if we are really, really, it's like nobody gets enough. So in some way, shape, and form, we close down or we shut down or we lock off or it's like we don't get enough. Our wiring is confined. It's kind of limited to where we can't handle too much stimulation, but we seek more stimulation. So we want more excitement. We want more dopamine. We want more sex or drugs or rock and roll or, it's like, because, we didn't get enough. So we go reaching out and and we form addictions and we form, relationships and we end up like creating, tremendous amounts of drama and challenges, hardships, and sometimes pain and suffering for both ourselves and other people. And part of what I see Kundalini, as doing, that this yoga, it is about rewiring our nervous system. It is about using the meridians, okay, the mudras. Let's look at, here's Jupiter, Saturn, the sun, Mercury, and Mars. I mean, it's like, so we have these different mudras and we use the sound, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, sound technology. And we use the breathing and the breath technology. And then we use the movements of the hands. I mean, I'll tell you what, the oldest science next to astrology, I mean, yoga goes way back. And, what blew my mind from the very beginning, at my level 1 training was how much they knew and know about how the human body, how the human psychology, how the glandular system, how the emotions, how the chemicals in the brain. I mean, they knew more now than they're teaching in medical school at the most advanced universities today. So it's it never ceases to amaze me, the wisdom behind the movements and the sound and the mantras and the breathing and the kriyas. A kriya is a succession of movements and exercises, and how they need to be precisely timed, and they need to, this follows that and that follows that, and you can't do that before this or you get it. I mean, it's like it is very scientifically engineered to expand consciousness, to strengthen the nervous system, to open up our hearts and the magnetic field of the heart as being stronger than the magnetic field of the brain. This is really coming into where I feel is very important for us to stay centered in that heart chakra. And it's not always easy. What we have is the heart chakra is the 4th chakra, and we've got 5, 6, and 7 up above. And the upper chakras have more to do with Uranus and Neptune in astrology. And we've got 1, 2, and 3 down below, has more to do with Pluto and Chiron, right? We could even say light and dark, masculine, feminine, plus, minus. I mean, it can go on and on and on. But the fact of the matter is that we are very often polarized. And, we're either super high or super low, or we're on our way up, or we're on our way down, or we're on the roller coaster, okay, of, of our, emotional, mental, I don't know, psyche, tripped out ego ride, whatever, so so the heart, there's this heart space, is the balancing. And so it's, strengthening that field, focusing our attention on, that chakra and expanding, that magnetic field within ourselves is just, to me, like the way. I mean, it's just like, with everything that's going on, with everything that we need to be here for ourselves, we need to show up now more than we've ever needed to show up before for this Jupiter-Pluto-Saturn conjunction in 2020. This is a time for light workers, or whatever you want to call yourself, okay? To like a teacher, a healer, just a freaking human being. We need to be present. We need to be mindful. We need to be in the present moment. And this is the heart chakra. This is being present. And in order to be fully present, like fully conscious, like fully incarnated, we need to clear out a lot of the clutter. And the yoga is just this daily spiritual practice of getting centered, is so vital, for our, like I said before, I mean, it's our nerve, but it's also for power, for strength, for staying, in the midst of, everything that's coming at us. Okay, it's like, we Chiron in Aries is just like, oh my God, I just want to curl up in a ball and, hide and duck, duck and cover. It's like, it's too much, and Pisces wants to run away and whatever. I mean, so in order to just like do this, Capricorn thing, in a moral, ethical, loving way, we need to like really, raise the Kundalini. So there, I just blabbed on for 20 minutes.
It was brilliant, just so freaking brilliant, Kaypacha. Just everything you said resonates so deeply with me, and that's the reason why I teach Kundalini, and I give that to all of my clients. Like that's the first thing. Like, this is your Kriya for the next 40 days, depending on what it is that they need in life. And you said the words power and strength, and that's exactly the name that I gave for my Kundalini course, is Unleash the Most Powerful You, 40 days of Kundalini yoga for power and strength. Because just like you said, with what we are experiencing on the planet right now, and what we'll continue to experience this coming decade, does require each and every one of us to be so rooted in our own personal power and sovereignty. And the most powerful thing that we have, like you said, is the heart. Not what we thought was the ego as the powerful me, but it's the heart. And I would love for you to speak, because I get these questions from people all the time regarding this new paradigm, right? In the age of Aquarius. And so we had the Pluto-Saturn conjunction at the beginning of 2020. And then Saturn is moving into Aquarius just in a few weeks. And I know it's going back to Capricorn, which is an interesting thing to talk about as well. But the fact that Saturn is moving into Aquarius, to me, signifies something when it comes to that age of Aquarius. And then Pluto is going to move into Aquarius in 2024. So if you could speak more about this, first of all, this new cycle, now that Saturn has passed Pluto and is approaching Aquarius, and that we're going to have Saturn and Mars conjunction in Aquarius just coming up very soon.
Now, of course, I want to stay positive. It's interesting because actually I disagreed a little bit with, I feel bad because I didn't get his name, but it's Gurmukh's husband. He's saying that, you do your yoga and you do your meditations, and, despite what's going on out there in the world, everything's going to be okay. And to me, the age of Aquarius, okay, is about liberation. It is about awakening. And it's not a given. We are human beings. We are an experiment within the cosmos in free will. That we have the opportunity, unlike the angels or the animals, of deviating from our nature and and really going against the evolutionary process of our unconscious soul spirit. And so this age of Aquarius, it has so much to do with non-attachment. It's the opposite of Leo. It is, I call it outer space. It's not even an air sign. It is beyond space. It is extraterrestrial in nature. It is the future. It is technology. It is the World Wide Web. It is global consciousness, collective consciousness, not individual consciousness. So it's about communities. And we think of the age of Aquarius as, this is the dawning of the, a bunch of, naked people running around the stage in the 60s, in hair, and that's a beautiful, wonderful, open hearted, loving, the birth of, organic food, and the birth of yoga in the West. And, the 60s was a really very powerful time. And it was, extremely, it had this tone. And yet now, now it's like, it's like the plane is landing. It's like the rubber is hitting the road. And it's like, how do we actually do this? And it's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen by itself. It's going to happen as the result of our creative efforts and our bringing this forward in the most positive way. And and like I say, every archetype, every zodiac sign, every constellation has octaves or frequencies of manifestation. You can look at it as immature Aquarius or mature Aquarius. Or you could look at it as low vibration Aquarius or high frequency Aquarius, or negative Aquarius, shadow Aquarius, or positive Aquarius. But the fact is that, we're multidimensional beings living in a third dimensional world. And this third dimensional world is polarized, and we can go to one pole or the other, the north or the south, the up or the down. And so we can go one way. We can go into artificial intelligence, and we can go into robots, and we can go into 5G and the Internet of Things, and we can just like absolutely turn into robotic screen people that are addicted to their phones and their computers, and just like are, go from Netflix movie to Netflix movie to Facebook to Instagram to WhatsApp to and completely just like follow, and become machines. I mean, Gurdjieff talked about humans as machines, back in the early 1900s, man, and he was one with Blavatsky and Steiner and, so many other teachers that, were aware and awake to what could be coming in the future. Right. Mm-hmm. So, it's just like, yes, this is a reality, this stuff is a reality. Okay. And we can try to duck and cover, or, we can, or my feeling is like, what? I feel like, like if we look at spiritual teachers, whether it's, Jesus or Moses or Gandhi or Mandela or Martin Luther King, you look at any spiritual awakened being in the past, and they did not duck and cover, and they didn't hide out in mountains either. This is not the age of Pisces. We're coming out of the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces was you go to the monastery, you go to the ashram, you keep your dream journal, and you do all of your inner, you go to confession in church and blah, 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 right? This is the end of Pisces. It's the end of that. And this beginning of this age of Aquarius, to me, it's like we need to be heralds of the new age. we need to, be, share, the being captain of the ship instead of being, just victims. We're emerging out of victim consciousness. And so, we need to be heard, and we need to speak out, and we need to stand together, and we need to stand strong, which means what? We need a hell of a lot of energy. I mean, it's like, whoa, yeah, and it can be exciting. It can be like, whoa, I've got a purpose. I've got a mission. This is the meaning of my life. I mean, I'm really here to like help, direct, the future, of at least my friends and family, and the ones close to me, and and help to, bring, to me, it's just health. It's just health. I mean, I just got myself an EMF detector. I'm going to start going around with this EMF detector. I'm going to find out, just how many, waves and everything this microphone has, and, and if these earplugs are killing me or what. I mean, I'm getting, it's like, it's time to just like, and with the information, be not just spiritual guides, but practical guides. I mean, people need, like show me the money, or, give me, some practical, applications and techniques, to stay out of depression and get rid of suicidal tendencies, and, lose my addictions, and, and enrich my relationships, and, improve and, move more towards sacred sexuality. I mean, there's just like so many opportunities at this time to awaken to the deeper workings, the inner workings of our nature. It is really as challenging as it is, it's also that we are able to see and know and feel and experience an ever expanding spectrum of human experience. It's just like, to me, like, like when it comes to sight, we can only see this rainbow, right? But, the colors, there's probably 10,000 more colors than the colors that we see. And hearing, we only hear, okay, like this much, dogs hear this, and, there's, I mean, so it's just like, we have this, we have a window of experience, and we could say our nervous system can only handle this much stimulation, or or that much non-stimulate. I mean, it's like we're in some ways, to me, our own self-created box. And maybe not self-created, but some of the limitations that we have to our nervous system, to our sight, to our hearing, to our smell, to our experience of orgasm, to everything. We're in a limited framework that is not destined, that is not fixed, that we actually can, and I mean, and that's what I want to go for the gusto, man. I want to go for, it's like, yes, I want to, expand that field of experience as much as possible. I mean, why not? It's like, if you're going to, go for the ride,
might as well. Well, I love it. This is something that I've been talking about for so long, and even more so now. Uranus is in Taurus, and then Saturn is moving into Aquarius. To me, it's really about, and that's what I love about Kundalini yoga. They recognized that this human body is a divine intelligence, and that there's so much available to us, just like you said, that we limit ourselves, we limit our capacity, but there's all the divine intelligence is right here. Every cell in our body is divine intelligence, right? Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And Sat Nam, right? Truth is my identity. Well, what is the truth though? That this human body is so fucking brilliant and there's so much available to us. And what I'm seeing, and you talked about it at the beginning, that we're seeing the split, that so many people are going in the direction of the external technology, the computers and the phones and whatnot, and actual robots that are taking over, and forgetting that actually the most intelligent, sophisticated technology is right here at our fingertips, literally.
Exactly.
And that every gland in the body is connected to something so beyond what the eyes can perceive. And that's why it's so important for us to come back to this body right now and make health our priority. Mm-hmm. So we can actually utilize this intelligent machine that we've been given. And I feel that it's also, and I would love for you to speak about that, because in spirituality, and you spoke about the age of Pisces, that we hear so much about, oh, transcending the body and going out of the body. And it's like, wait a second, why? We've been given a body for a reason, and we've forgotten how powerful we are in this body, and that we have access to beyond the body, but through the body.
Right. Beautifully put. I could not agree with you more.
And yeah, and that's why I appreciate your message, Kaypacha, because you're so plugged into the cosmic, and you draw in the most incredible information through astrology, but you bring such a beautiful integration of the cosmic and the physical.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in people's eyes when they are numbed out or zoned out or not present, not mindful. I mean, it's really, it's like we need to summon up within ourselves more of the Kundalini, more of the self to, because we're getting, it's like we're getting pulled, we're getting sucked on, we're getting drawn. It's like, there's, these creatures that just kind of want to, use us. I mean, in fact, there are even some scary, sci-fi movies like Black Mirror or whatever, where it's like, people are actually being hooked up, even like the Matrix, where all the babies are in these little things, and they're using, they're using the human being to generate the power for the Matrix, right? I mean, it's true. It's like, we are kind of being used, manipulated, exploited, sucked, we're just consumers, and they just want us to just like, turn into the, these, mindless, no brains. It's just like, it's like, like wake up, like Yogi Bhajan said, keep up. I mean, I saw some videos of him, during this last training. He was a real character. He had real personality. He had a strong Martian, quality that was like, what, go, 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 I mean, it's like, yes. But, it's also like you feel alive. And that feeling of aliveness, when you're present and you're even vulnerable, and then like your heart is open and you're, able to, really fully interact with another person, with nature, with the stones and the trees and the bananas and the leaves. And I mean, you're just like, I mean, this is a life that is so much more fulfilling than this, technology that is very, very draining you know, on our etheric body, on our mental body, on our, I mean, just go down through all the bodies in Kundalini yoga. We've got 10 bodies, right? And it's, you know, basically, you know, 5G and whatever is like, you know, sucking on all 10 of them. I mean, it's just like really, yeah. So it's the best medicine that I have come across. I've done a lot of different things in my life. I've done a lot of different, you know, avenues, and, you know, studied and looked into, and, you know, gone down many different paths. And, you know, for me, this one is a real keeper, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad, you know, to have you out there, you know, providing courses. I've got your course in the new Paradigm Astrology store. I'm excited to, you know, put that out there because I've been trying to do more astrology. And so that's kind of like gobbled me up, and you know, people want a lot of astrology and I haven't really. So you know, when you come through, you know, with a course, I mean, I've done a couple, you know, videos of just like this kriya or that kriya, but the important and such a big part of the practice is that it is a practice, and that you have to practice,
Yeah.
and that the discipline, the mindfulness, the, you know, the will, you know, it is also an exercise in will to pull yourself out of bed in the morning before the sun is up, to take a cold shower, okay, you know, to put yourself, you know, in uncomfortable positions and relax, okay, you know, repeatedly. There's nothing, you know, more important, I think, than the emphasis upon a routine, a rhythmical, repeated, you know, over and over. So it's, you know, 40 days, 90 days, 120 days, 1,000 days. And each one of those time periods is like very super important. If you miss a day, you have to go back and start over again. And it's just like, that's, you know, if you really think about it, it's like, whoa, that's a serious consequence. Well, you know, what if you're doing 120 days and you're on, you know, day 110? You know, it's like, sorry, man, you know, back to one. You know, it's like, oh boy. So yeah, and yet that is, I mean, it's just like a muscle. If you want to build a muscle, you know, you lift weights on a regular basis. If
Mm-hmm.
you want a good, loving relationship, you communicate about your deepest needs and fears and desires on a regular basis. If you want to, you know, stay physically healthy, you eat healthy food on a regular basis. I mean, it's just like, this is, can't be stressed enough in my opinion. And so you doing your course where you show up, and it's not just a video that they pop in if they've got time, if they're not tired, maybe when they get home from work, they'll do a kriya. It's like, no, your course, you know, what I love about it is that you're there and you stress and you're present, and we're going to do this for this amount of time, and I want to see you tomorrow morning or whatever. I mean, that's just like, it's really super invaluable. So thank you so much for that.
Oh yeah, my absolute pleasure. And like I shared with you, literally Yogi Bhajan came to me earlier last year in the summer during the eclipses that we had in July of 2019, and with a very clear message saying, girl, go more with this Kundalini yoga, share this more, get out of the house and from your own practice, because I practice pretty much every day. And he just gave me a very clear instruction to share more. Yeah. So definitely more to come. And I love what you said also, you know, with what you creating. And by the way, people that are watching that are not familiar with Kaypacha's New Paradigm Astrology, head over to the website. If you are wanting to learn more astrology, I always send my clients to your website for those that want to learn astrology. And Kaypacha, you've done an amazing job with improving. I know. And there's so much love and dedication that goes into it. And what I appreciate about you is that, and you're in that consciousness of the we and not just the me, because Kaypacha, he has a team, and you can do all of it, right? So you can do the astrology and this and this and the Kundalini. So you bring people to complement you, and it's so much more fun that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meet the coolest people all over the world. It's a blast.
All the time. Yeah, so definitely check out Kaypacha's New Paradigm Astrology. It's by far one of the best places to learn astrology, and you offer all levels too, from beginners to advanced and anything in between.
Yeah, we just put out I have to do a new website for the New Paradigm School of Astrology.
Woo!
We're going to be certifying. Yeah, we actually have
Yes!
now all the steps to become a certified New Paradigm astrologer. It's very exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah,
So,
you're definitely one of the best people to learn from, for sure. I can attest. I'm a living testimonial.
thanks, baby.
Yeah. So Kaypacha. Oh, and also Kaypacha, you're doing the Costa Rica event, right, in May?
Yeah.
You want to share a little bit about that? I attended 2 years ago.
Yep.
What was it? No,
2017.
2017.
Yeah, it was 2017. It's taken 3 years to recover. No.
It's a lot.
But yeah, that is what I like to say is it's an interdisciplinary approach towards the expansion of consciousness and heart. So it's not just astrology. We're doing yoga, we're doing some qigong, some tai chi. We're going to be drumming on the beach during, we're going to watch the sunset over the ocean. We have many people together. So it's also a group experience where we're all doing things together. And of course, it's in Costa Rica, which is so pura vida. It's just the nature is so powerful here that it really helps to, ground and bring us into the feminine and really, enter, into, new pathways of understanding. So it's very exciting. It's we've expanded it this year where we're taking over the entire Margaritaville
Oh, wow.
place. And, so it's just like, everybody there is, from all over the world, totally like-minded souls coming together. I mean, it's creating community. And in fact, one of the dream team, Ari Moshe, met the mother of his child at the last Astrology Rising. People make lifelong connections at these events. It's really, it can really change your life. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to go to another conference. This is like, it's an immersion, into a very high vibrational frequency. And so we're filling that baby up. Actually, there's most of the single rooms are already taken. So, actually it is pretty sooner people grab those tickets, the better. But
and what are the dates, Kaypacha?
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
The 5th of May until the 12th of May.
Amazing.
It's a week. And I mean, now it's like people have wanted more. Like I live in a permaculture community, and a bunch of people say, hey, you know what? I want to create kind of a 5G refuge down here in Costa Rica. So there is another permaculture community across the street from where I live, developed by the same people. And so if you come a day early, we're going to take a busload or two of people, over to check out this new community who are maybe interested in, buying some property and moving here. It's like, I want to take the online community and ground it into flesh and blood connection, and
Uranus and Taurus.
Amen. And then
Oh,
afterwards, after it's over, we've also got these excursions out to the Blue Water River. There's this river here in Costa Rica that is turquoise blue. It's almost like fluorescent blue. It's an amazing, and there's volcanoes. And so we have these day tours. If you want to stay longer, you know, if you're going to come all this way, you got to check out Costa Rica.
absolutely.
Astrology is one thing, but you know, there's nothing like, you know, the
Nature.
sloths and the toucans and the, you know, anything. So yeah, it's really, I'm very excited about that.
Yes. Yeah.
Also,
Maybe I'll see you in May. I haven't decided yet.
come on, baby.
I know. Yes, it will be amazing. I love Costa Rica, and the last event was phenomenal.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So, Kaypacha, any closing words? And by the way, people that are here on the chat, because there's some comments and stuff, sometimes it gets me distracted and I want to stay present with you. But thank you for those that are here and watching. And if you have any questions, then please type it in the chat. We're going to bring it to a close. Just want to honor Kaypacha's time and other commitments. So if anybody has a questions, please type it. And what I would like to ask you, if you have, it's really amazing that we're coming here together. The sun moved into Pisces earlier this morning, right? And Mercury is retrograding in Pisces. And so if you have anything to share with people and inspiration for this Piscean time, as we are approaching, like in March, we have this Saturn moving into Aquarius and the equinox that is coming, and I can already feel how things are shifting. And then Pisces is like the end, right? Like things are ending and things coming into completion. What is bubbling up for you to share as inspiration for people and crossing this threshold, you can say?
Yeah. Yeah, in so many ways, we are in what I call the balsamic phase. This, you know, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto is closing a couple thousand-year cycle. You know, we're closing the age of Pisces, giving birth to the age of Aquarius. We're now, you know, the next new moon here coming up, you know, this weekend is in Pisces, setting the tone for the month. So we have a lot of these endings. And it's, you know, the thing about that, I encourage people to look at it as an upgrade. It's a freaking upgrade, man. You know what? This is going away. So something better, something bigger, something higher, something lighter, something more fun is going to replace it. You know, it's like, you know, what are you going to focus on? You know, okay, you can focus on, you know, what's leaving, and part of you goes down with the ship, or you can focus on, oh, wow, you know, that's leaving a new space. You know, I got rid of that old couch because I'm getting a new couch. Okay. And I got rid of that old car because I'm getting a new, I got rid of that relationship because there's a better one. I mean, it's just like, you know, so it's like, go with the flow, you know, surrender with the river of life, trust. So it's a real time where, you know, if you stay in your core and you stay in your center, it's going to be okay. And you don't need to get drawn down and sucked down, you know, the toilet or wherever, you know, with all this shit that's, you know, exiting. Don't exit. See, you know, be like, you know, it's like, okay, I guess I didn't need that. You know, you just, you know, you know, when something goes and it's not working and it's not happening, it's like, don't be afraid to say goodbye. It will be okay. And you know, we are emotional beings, and you know, grief is a natural part of that process of letting go. And let's honor that and share that. And actually, you know, we can come even closer together through all the different emotions. And grief is one of them. it's not wrong or ashamed, or you're not a loser or a fool or blah 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 blah. It's like, feel your feelings and be with yourself, through this time period. You don't abandon yourself, or you will be abandoned, right? So it's just like, care, really be gentle on ourselves, be gentle with each other, and we're gonna, come out the other side of this, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Right?
Compassion, right? Pisces, it's the ultimate. Now, it's beyond what I heard last night and really resonated with me. It's beyond unconditional love. It's ultimate love.
Yeah.
It's ultimate love.
Thank
Yes. So much love for you.
Ow!
Thank you so much. Oh my God. And thank you for those that join us on this live. So much gratitude and appreciation for each and every one of you. And those that are watching later, drop a comment. Let us know how you're doing. If you have any questions that I would love to answer. So I'll go back to the chat. And please share this video. There's so many nuggets that were dropped here today. So please share it with your friends, and let's continue to inspire and elevate one another.
Yeah, like you.
like
you do all the time.
All the time, baby. That's what we came here to do, right? It's like you said, might as well. Let's just have fun. And it's so much more fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you all very much. I will catch you in the next live. Aloha.